heads, cam, and intake, they said. It'll be easy, they said. We got the engine totally torn down almost. Don't have the front cover off yet, but soon. Cleaned the deck surfaces yesterday, and sorry, it's a little dark here, hard to see, but we're cleaning off the pistons right now. The product I'm using for this is called Easy Off by Spray 9. It seems to be working pretty good. These were much more carbonated before. I know that they don't have to be perfectly clean, but I got most of the sort of chunky carbon off, and now there's just, some black deposits, but it's mostly flat. Scrub, 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 scrub. Just using a toothbrush. A toothbrush for this. I don't think you want to use anything super abrasive, like a Scotch-Brite or anything like that. I've heard that particles of that will come off, and they'll get in between the piston and the cylinder wall. And if you don't get all those particles out, I mean, you can try and vacuum them out with like a straw attached to your vacuum, but if you miss any of them, they'll just tear up the cylinder walls. So you don't really want to use anything abrasive, and that goes for the deck surface as well. I didn't use any kind of sanding disc or sandpaper for that. I just used a carbide scraper and gasket remover, and these kind of carbide scrapers, which work really well. You just got to be careful, make sure that it's always flat against the block surface while you're scraping. You don't want to put a gouge in the surface. But that seems to have gotten the deck surface really nice and clean, and no gasket material left. I know it doesn't look shiny clean, but it doesn't have to be. It just has to be flat. And just use your fingers to feel once you think you've got it done, and make sure you've got every little bit of gasket off, especially around the water ports, but everywhere, of course. Yeah, so prepping the block surface, and the heads will be going on here pretty soon. So we got the camshaft out. Figured we'd do a little side-by-side comparison of the HO cam compared to the Steeda number 19. So yeah, the HO cam, the only markings I could see on it on the end were, there we go, 030994, 18/4. I guess that's a time? Yeah. So that's like a time stamp of when this was manufactured. 1840, I guess. So 6/30, 030994. This is the markings on the Steeda number 19, which is now manufactured by Comp Cams, as they purchased. We're up to right now, we are degreeing the Comp Cam made Steeda number 19. We gotta verify intake center line. You know, if you install it improperly, you'll never know what's wrong if it doesn't end up running right. So you gotta make sure that intake center line is correct. So right now we're just on the finding top dead center part, and then next we'll be putting that dial indicator on the intake valve of cylinder number 1, and we'll see what we get. One thing of note is the grind number on this cam is 220, 226, and I'll put a picture up of the actual end of the cam, and the numbers don't match up. It's actually KHR 218 3001, KHR 224 3001 on the cam, so 2 degrees off on the grind number. It's a little strange. I called comp cams and they said it was nothing to be concerned about and just verify intake center line, but I don't know. Give me your opinions. Did comp grind it wrong? Am I getting a custom Steeda number 19 with a slightly different grind? I don't know. We'll see. Anyway.